Hi there. This week was quite a letdown, but in the overall scheme of things, I think it wasn't too bad, all things considered. If you want to know what that means, then stay with me, and as always, thanks for watching. It's a new week, and as you can see, I'm still sitting outside and I'm not walking because I'm still taking care of my leg, which is still hurting, as you might have seen in last week's video. So I'm not sure what I can show you this week, but I might just concentrate on the stuff that is circling around my diet. As you might have figured out by now, because I was dropping some hints here and there, I am doing Weight Watchers. Okay, which that's just what might happen sometimes. From own experience, I know it sometimes works, it sometimes doesn't. If I don't get physical, then it just stops working at a certain point. The same thing happened to me like 2 years ago when I was going into the pandemic. I tried to do a balanced diet with like 1/3 of my points for breakfast, 1/3 of my points for lunch, and then dinner, the rest that is remaining. And if I have some points remaining afterwards, then I allow myself a little snack in the evening. So far it works out fine, and I usually try not to touch my weekly points because you also have a weekly allowance. You can earn points by eating vegetables and by being physical outside, walking around and stuff like that. So those I usually use up, but the weekly points I usually try not to touch, which seems to be a good approach to me. I just keep those in case there is some instance where I might need them, but usually I try to just not touch them at all. So that's enough about that for now. I hope tomorrow I have more to share with you than just that, but let's see, it might be a very short video this week. It's Monday and here's a quick update. So my foot, I think, is getting a little bit better. If so, slightly, but I don't want to jinx it. I need to be patient and wait. So what else is new? Yesterday I overdid it a little bit with a celebration to treat me for the fact that I've lost like almost 2 kilograms. And I ordered Chinese food, which is not the mistake I did. So I chose a dish that is pretty much in line with what I'm allowed to do. It was beef with a lot of vegetables, but also it came with rice. And I had to match a minimum of what to order to get the delivery. So I also ordered a baked banana as dessert. So here are my 2 mistakes. First is that rice, of course, is not as light a dish as one might think, but usually it's okay if it is just a side dish. But they sent so much rice that afterwards I calculated that this came up to like 15 points, and my daily allowance is 40 points. And while I calculated the main dish at around 12 points, that would have been still okay. But it was the banana that almost broke my back, because I was thinking, okay, a banana is not that bad, because usually a banana, if I eat it like this, it has 0 points in the Weight Watchers program. But of course I knew it was fried and it came with a little bit of honey, so of course it is not 0 points. I was thinking maybe a few for the fat in there, so maybe like 5 or 10 points, which would slightly dig into my overall allowance for the whole week. But when I looked it up, that dish alone came with 22 points. So that was over half my daily allowance. So that was what pushed me a little bit over the edge yesterday. I basically used up all my weekly points, but again, the good thing with the program is that you can counteract it the rest of the week. Hi, you might be surprised to see me walking, but it is not what you think, I can guarantee you, because I'm just going to shop a little bit for groceries, because on Sunday I overdid it a little bit with my point allowance. And with vegetables I can spice up my account, and
allow myself a little bit more to eat, which is not the main idea, but I like to counteract the points that I've already taken this week on Sunday and bring some balance back into my overall allowance. So that's what I'm doing. And I can also tell you that walking is working better already, so that's a good thing. Hey, since I am not able to walk much this week, I thought let's make the best of it and get some other things done that I keep postponing. And as you might have noticed, my hair kinda looks wild lately, so today I'm heading to get a haircut, which comes at the best time because we are in the heat of summer. So short hair is always nicer in summer, so it's a win-win. So this is me then. And this is me now. Since I only had a banana for breakfast, let's get some chicken wings. Hey there. I think this week really will be the shortest video so far because I cannot walk. The situation is still unchanged, which is a pity because the weather is really great this week and I could have used that a lot for walking in peace and listening to my audiobook while doing so. So it's a pity, but I soon will hopefully have the opportunity to restart. But as far as I can say, at least a little bit, it seems to get better every day. Quick story, by the way, as you might have known from my previous videos, I sometimes see some squirrels running around in the cemetery and at other places. But what I've never seen before is a squirrel running through a hair salon. And it was in the middle of a city. It wasn't even close to a park or something. I didn't know where that poor thing was coming from, and I have no idea where it will go afterwards, but it was just coming in, running around a little bit and then heading out again. That was a nice quick visit in between while getting a haircut, so something you don't see every day. What's on the top of my mind though this week is that I'm really missing the points I usually get from walking. And those points I usually could just invest in my evening snacks and stuff like that, so this I don't have anymore. And I feel that, you know, so I really have to be very, very conscious of not eating too much. And I'm not sure how that will turn out at the end of a week. So I'm happy if at the end of this week I haven't gained anything. I'm not sure if I will lose anything though. So we will find out. Hello and happy Friday. I was planning on at least going outside and film a few words, but today the rain is heavier than I've ever seen it, I think. Take a look. But since I have you here, no big updates today, so my feet are unchanged. I still am happy if I just keep my weights for this week and not gain much. And I hope that next week I can restart everything, so I hope tomorrow the weather will be a little bit nicer to at least head outside. Hey, it's Saturday. And yesterday I made the mistake of going to sleep without putting up my alarm clock. And that resulted in me basically sleeping 11 hours uninterrupted, which usually would be considered a good thing, but since I recently always sleep like at least 8 hours per day, I think this is just an excess of sleep. So I need to look into the reasons for that as well in the near future. Also, I made another mistake yesterday, which is basically getting into a little bit of a feeding frenzy, where I abandoned my rules a little bit Not to the degree where The Rock goes when he has his cheat days, but I think it was still kind of bad. Maybe that was the reason why I slept so long. But when I stepped on the scales today, it pretty much looked all in order, so I will know the final result of that tomorrow. But as you know, sometimes it's not even bad if you have a day where you do a little bit of cheating, because then the organism is getting a little bit confused and might reset a little bit, so we will see. The tendinitis is getting pretty well, but the numb feeling is still there and my feet still hurt, so I guess I have to head to a doctor. Whoa, there were some birds flying by. So I guess I need to go to the doctor on Monday or Tuesday and see what this is all about. So again, sorry for being so boring this week, but that's just the way it is. Hey there, today is Sunday and of course this means Judgment Day. And this week I was clever enough to adjust my goals. My goal was just to not gain any weight. And I have to say I exactly pinpoint landed it. So I've kept my weight. I didn't gain a single gram, so that is quite cool, but still not the goal that I had in the long run, as you can imagine. Actually also the other values all stayed the same. I mean, the body mass index was literally exactly the same. The body fat was ever so slightly going up, while the muscle mass was ever so slightly going down, but I guess that was to be expected. But overall, I think the outcome is quite appropriate, considering that I wasn't moving much this week, and what can you do? I hope your week was more successful than mine was, and I hope that my week will also be more successful next week. So, see you then.